At 8:45, Fox 4 is listening to you as you get ready to pick your Cape Coral mayor. We asked you what questions you wanted the two vying for the spot to answer, and you flocked to our Facebook page with questions for the candidates.
So we are taking all of those questions straight from the viewers and going right to the candidates for Cape Coral mayor. Mike Hollow is here with us this morning. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
One of the big questions we got from our viewers about you and your opponent is professional background.
Sure.
So Craig Owens asks, in part, what is your current employment situation? Have you ever been fired from a job? This question was also echoed by a lot of viewers, including James Shepard.
My current employer is myself. I'm a self-employer. I own two different companies here within Cape Coral. I own two RE/MAX realty teams, and I own a title company here. We do currently about $500 million in sales within our county. No, I've never been fired from a job, so that's my current employment.
All right, very good. With people concerned about property values
Sure.
in Cape Coral, viewers also want to know if you support tiny houses as well as the chicken ordinance. This part comes in part from Denise Purchell.
Sure. So no, I do not support tiny homes, and here's the reason why. Next year, the state is going to increase or potentially increase the homestead exemption up to $75,000. These tiny homes are not going to have that value. Therefore, they're going to be a burden on our city. They're going to be less than, and the residents will still be responsible for the FSA and the PST taxes, but overall, they'll be a burden to the city.
Okay, our Fox 4 viewers also want to know, what are your plans for Cape Coral's golf course? This comes in part from Maria Martin's comment you see on the screen there.
Sure, so the golf course is an interesting dynamic. What everyone has to remember is this is private property. So what comes into play is, what's the highest and best use for this land? Do I agree with the 500 to 700 homes going in there? No, I don't. Or what was proposed? No, I don't agree with that much. I think that's too much for that area. However, I think we could have come to a resolution or a happy medium where there was 300 homes, a linear park, and a park for the rest of the residents, and then come up with something up, around the northeast, northwest, along with that builder as well. So, no, I don't support, the extent of that project, but I do support a portion of that project because it is private property. And if that owner wants to shut that golf course down, nobody has the right to just go jog, walk, bike around that area anyways.
All right, very good. And then lastly, Mike, Sherry Lamberson is one of many who's asking about questions about accessibility to Cape Coral citizens. There are some rumors about blocking questions or not being able to answer that online. What is your take on accessibility?
So for me personally, I made it a point, and I listened to the residents prior to making my announcement. The residents are really fed up and angered by the inability to reach out to the city leaders. So I made it a point to make sure that I answered every single question, whether it was favorable or not favorable. Never blocked anybody, and I've even gone to the extent of where I'll sit down one-on-one with everybody that wants information about me and how we're going to move the city forward, because after all, it's not about Mike Hollow as an individual, it's what we can do together as a community.
All right, thank you. Mike Hollow for joining us this morning.